Okay, now I can go off to the main. And like before, delete everything except the 5 most critical layers. All these auto-cropped layers. It helps cut back on the memory usage. Something about that wasn't right. I'll have to go back and correct that later, but that's basically all I need for the layers. And resize this back to the 192. And now I'm ready to go. Finally. Unless I think of something else I forgot. So, copy that again. Cluttered taskbars, nothing new. I usually like getting this positioned in a way so I can monitor the progress more easily. So, paste that in there. What that symbol there is the 6. So I put 6 in there, and all I need to do now is press enter and wait. And here it goes. And with this now done, it looks kinda weird, really warped. But if you go over here, it looks more natural. It's pretty much the same as that of the clouds, and I just do the same thing here on the alpha map. So, paste that, put 6 in there, and let her run. And with this now done, of course it looks pretty much the same, except it's got that same warping effect. But hey, that is actually expected. However, I don't yet process this particular texture just yet. What I do instead is I save, and then I process the texture. And without saving from there onward. Colored alpha, okay, in this case I use white because I'm inverting it. Okay. And there you have it. Now I have that gradient all in there. That's pretty much all there really is to it. Pretty simple in a way, huh? Look at all these beach decals. My goodness, there's a lot of those. So, what do I do now? This is where I actually save the final results. And that's where the zoning layer comes in. All I need to do is go way over here and start cropping. Just select the whole thing, ignoring that pixel on the side. Image, crop image. Hide the zoning layer. Yeah, you can still see some. There's a few areas where it's actually non-zero. It's on the very bottom, that is. And now all I gotta do is just simply save this. Lake Keverin BG decal and something. I do not know what the range is, and the only way to find out is to use this. And it stops at 27, so that's where it stops. Of course I could reference this, but I usually find this method faster. So, in this case, it's 27.kga. It's only one layer visible, so this I do not use. Although I do kind of understand RLE compression, I just don't see it worth doing at the moment. Z. And then I just go up to the next row, or next section I should say. Crop image. Same thing, except instead of 27, the next one is rather screwy, 30.375. 30375. The extra digits after the first 4 are for fractions, so I know that. It's a standard I've used for quite a while, actually. A long while. So, Z, 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 and I just keep repeating until it's all saved. Z, 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 and Z again, because now I'm on the last one. Of course, this one ends at 36. And that's all there is to the finalizing of the image. However, there's still one more thing I have to do. What do I need to do? All I need to do now is import it into the game engine. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to delete that part out. After having imported this into the game engine, I've noticed something. What's going on? I forgot about one thing. Fog. How is that done? Well, it's actually pretty easy. I need to base it on from 24 to 36. So, of course I made that one correction on here. Yep, back to the base. Let's see. The fog is always above everything, except for the scaling grid, of which I don't really need. Yes. Of course I could auto-process the fog, but if for a single image that's unique, I generally don't do it. So for this, let's see, what was my fog color? AF, BF, EF. Yep, that's my fog color. Okay, so how do I do fog then? Well, it's actually very simple. First, I get to the center of the image. That's 3072 and 192. Okay, except I actually put the mark at 191. Except I need to do some calculations. Get you in the corner. Let's see. Scaling divide visibility equals fog intensity. In that case, that's what it is. Times 255. So it's only 8. 8. That's what the alpha is. That's practically nothing. Or at least less to check anyway. I'll keep that in the back. So, 8. That's the bottom portion. Okay. And now I have 36, which is nothing more than times 1.5, because 36 divided 24 is 1.5. So in this case I need 12. You can do that pretty fast, huh? And that's basically all there is to it, for that part anyway. Okay, so get the layer floated so you can edit it more easily. And this, all I need to do is set it to about double the width of this, or the height I mean. So that's 768. Of course there's going to be very little difference here. See, it's all 12s here, all 12s. And let's see, right here's the boundary at 48. 49 is an 11. So that means I have 49 pixels of that. And what about the bottom? Okay. 335 is a 9. 336 is an 8. Okay. Yep, so it actually makes sense. However, one last thing I need to do is stretch this to the width of the base image. Sure isn't much here, huh? Only need to move it 1 pixel. And that's basically all there is to it. Of course, it doesn't look anything exciting, but that'll get addressed. Colored alpha. Let's see. Since I need the actual transparency directly set in this image, so I use black in this case. See? 9, 8. Way up here is 11, and it jumps up to 12. However, now I need to get this. However, can't do it that way. I have to disable alpha, and there it is. It's set. And there's the fog color. That's basically how I get fog. It's really easy. Now, let's see, better save my progress again. Notice that I fixed this too. Just rename the file. Let's see. In this case, I would just flatten. This, I just paste over it. 192. And this is, by the way, how I make corrections to things that I overlook. And that is known to happen. That's because the shore goes over the edge. Because I haven't readjusted it. Speaking of which, I should do that right now. Remember the tiling? Yeah, that's all that really is. See? Of course, unless I have a big change I need to make, there's really no point in doing that. Of course, this one's already auto-cropped. So, good to go there. So, let's see, that's selected. Now I'm all ready to go again. Save this as, instead of base, it's main. Another overwrite. This time I don't have to change the 32 to a 36 because it was already a 36. Do the same preparations as before and repeat the process for the splitting of the image. Really nothing to it, huh? It's just very time consuming, as you can probably tell. Okay, I do that to actually get rid of the... cuts the file size down, so when I run backup, I can put more on the disk. Or at least it isn't hogging up my zip file. Because I was getting to 4 disks, 4 DVD-R disks for backup. Now I've got it down just barely over 2. So yeah, I still need 3. But it's plenty of room. So, off to running this again. Copy that. And get this in the background instead. There you are. Different number. 14.